But I want to tell the story of, I tell long stories, so of how we met. Everyone always asks, and I'm like, okay, I'll tell you the story. So this is the true story of how we met.
Angela and I went to, oh my gosh, so dramatic. Angela and I went to Hula Hut to get lunch as a break from studying for midterms. And we were sitting there enjoying our joint fajitas, this is real. And I saw a group of people come in. None of them paid attention to us except for one man who immediately, I have a straight shot of him, fixated on the back of Angela's head. The entire time he's walking towards us. And as he passes her, he did a full-on double take. So we enjoy our meal, and someone walks up later and says, "So what did you order?" And Angela said, "Fajitas."
How I tell the story is, there's this tall, dark-headed person. Hey, this is my story. So, sitting down.
He usually says tall Puerto Rican, but he changed it to dark-headed.
And then she walks over to me and she's like, this is a gorgeous person. I have to talk to him. So I'm like, hey, what's your name? What's your name? She starts talking to me and she's like, can we go on a date? And I'm like, I guess we can go on a date together. And so she keeps hitting on me. I give her my number, which is a mistake. And so she keeps calling me and I'm like, all right, fine. We'll date for a little bit and see how it goes. That's the true story.
I remember when I finally met Jay, it didn't take me long to know that you really can't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. And anyone that knows him can attest to this.
Actually, the real shout out is to Aisha, who's sitting right there. She's the friend, if any of y'all read the blurb on our website, that told Jay to ask for my number. It asked me if I ever wanted to hang out with him again, and I was like, okay, sure, whatever. Started to walk away, because I figured we would never see each other again. And Aisha
Tried to get him to go away, but as you know, if you know Angela, she gets a lot of attention anywhere she goes because she's absolutely gorgeous. And so eventually we end up at the table with everyone, and Jay's talking to Angela and we're about to leave, and he's like, you should come hang out with us sometime. And she's like, okay. So we start walking, and I was like, her name? He says, oh yeah, what's your name? Angela. Okay. All right, we should hang out sometime. Yeah, totally. We start walking away, and I turn around and I said, her number, Jay, her number.
Angela called very excited and said, Daddy, I met a man at the bar at Hula Hut last night, and he's wonderful, and he's about 10 years older than me and never been married, but I think he might be the one. And so, it was great. So I, in wanting to be a good father, I said, oh, honey, that's wonderful. I can't wait to meet him. While at the same time, what your brain is telling you just heard is, so I got wasted last night and I was hanging out at a bar and I met this old guy who's not able to find a girl and he's probably unemployed and maybe subject to a restraining order while on probation. So yeah, a lot of concern. You've never met someone, and so he's the one. And okay, very excited, but happily we learned fairly early on that we didn't really have anything to be concerned about.
Over the 4 years they dated, I slowly began understanding why Angela loved Jay so much and why they just worked together. I remember the moment when I knew that they were going to be together forever, when Angela passionately expressed to me that Jay is the only guy she's ever met who saw her so clearly for who she is.
So he got her number that day, and what he didn't know was that it wasn't just a number, it was the start of a relationship with someone who is absolutely the most genuine, beautiful person that I have ever known. I had the opportunity to live with her in college, and we would stay up until 5 in the morning and tell stories, and she was the first person that wanted to know all of me, the ugly and the beautiful, and asked questions all night long, and we dug into each other's history, and Jay, God has blessed you with this woman who changed my life, and I know changed yours, and I'm so thankful for her. So I did you a favor, and I wrote her number down. But this time, her name says Angela Byler.
That's the true story. True story. True story.